Like I said, I'm comfortable with this car also. Well, maybe because I'm comfortable with my sexuality or whatever that means. But
what are you trying to imply?
I'm straight. But you don't have to be afraid of curves.
Yeah.
Wearing pink doesn't make you gay. Driving in a Mazda MX-5 doesn't make you, it's not a ladies' car. Liking the design of a BMW Z3, I might digging a hole deeper and deeper for myself. We're Autophiles and we're in a Mercedes-Benz C250 Coupe.
Yes.
First impressions, maybe we can start with Subhash. He drove it the longest.
I've driven the C and I've driven the GLC.
Okay.
This is my favorite variant of the C. It feels like Mercedes has stopped chasing BMW and is now
doing their own thing.
It's elevated itself to Porsche level, where you can do whatever you want. It doesn't,
It does feel more expensive than a Porsche inside here. I agree.
Yeah, and the handles and all that, like Porsche does this also. I wouldn't say more expensive, I say on par.
My first impression is, well, I agree with Subhash just now, the feel of, and this is not just me, a lot of my friends recently are buying cars of this range, give or take somewhere between 200 to 300,000. Quite a few of them are buying, and a lot of them gave me exactly the same comment, is that the Mercedes feel the most premium of them all. What's your first impression?
The looks and the curves stood out. The back, like Subhash said, the back, the curves.
AMG GT.
Oh, it was so exquisite, so curvy.
So dramatic.
So artistic. I don't know, man. I was swept off my feet.
Exterior, I think, like we said, it wins. I can't think of any German car in this price range that looks better than this.
I think I agree with you, especially on the rear end. Wow, we haven't seen something like this since 1960s. I would say 1950s and 60s. It's so dramatic.
Very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Yeah. So interior, Subhash, maybe you want to say a few things things you noticed.
Yeah, things that I really didn't like about this interior. First of all, the command interface. I think it's part of the interior.
It's
the bezels.
lags,
the bezels are 1 inch on each side. What is this, like 2005 or something? Like, your bezels should be thin, should be minimal.
frameless.
It should be frameless.
Yeah.
Why did they make it so wide, the frame?
I have no idea. I don't know.
It's probably a Chinese company called Huaxing. And
And the way you operate is very slow.
Yes, you can see the
lag.
Yeah, the frame rate drops every so often.
Yeah.
And this interface is not ideal. I'm sure you can get used to it if you own it, but it's not the best.
The BMW interface is so much better.
Yes. Even Audi's, at least there's a bit of intuition.
Yes, correct.
This is a bit counterintuitive.
Yeah.
The back button, when you're sitting there, you probably can't see it.
do you think it's a signature move? They do it personally that way so that people will get used to the Mercedes way?
I suppose so, but it's wrong. Interior, that's about it. Some good points, stylish, but some bad points, big piece of piano black, attracts dust like anything, and really bad infotainment. And interior, I think, Bo, you want to talk about the space at the back? Because he's the largest.
No, you're the largest.
I'm the largest.
Yeah, he's huge too, yeah.
Well, headroom, I always have headroom problem with most cars, even in the CLS. It's a bit like this, but a bit better than this. But the rear seat is redundant, to be honest. I'm probably gonna get a bit of a backache after this. I've been back here for half an hour or slightly more than half an hour. It's painful. Mercedes-Benz generally makes you want to cruise along, drive with a sense of occasion. I usually would have stepped on it if I any other car, but right now I'm just.
You will have to eventually step
I am trying to. That's what the Sport Plus.
Sport Plus would be like for racetrack, they probably turn off the traction controls.
This is not a BMW.
It's not fast, huh?
Not fast.
It's not fast. Let me explain a bit. Let me just do this for. But the torque is amazing.
Hit the camera.
It's not fast, huh? It's not fast. In terms of performance, this car is at home when you're driving like this. When you're having a conversation with your friend about music, you're talking about art. You're talking about classical music, Baroque music.
You're talking about how many immigrants you can bring in with your license.
Oh yeah, talking about your estate somewhere in Indonesia.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I like the bigger Mercedes-Benz, the S-Class, the E-Class. They are at home in this kind of environment, but when you go into mode and you try to do things,
it doesn't come true.
It doesn't come true. It feels like a nice man trying to be an
Yeah, it's like a very culture man trying to get angry.
It does not work.
So performance, Bo.
Yes. Okay, let's
What are
start.
your thoughts on performance?
It is a powerful car. It's very torquey. You can have a lot of power up low very quickly, and it will keep up with traffic very fast. But one day you take it up a track, or you go to Uluyam Road and you have a outing with your friends, and you guys are doing some slightly illegal spirited driving, this car will fall behind. And that's exactly what happened. I have a CLS 350. I'll tell you a story. I went to Macau one day. My driver and I was driving the CLS 350. My driver was driving the 525. And the 525, we know it's way horsepower lower than CLS 350. Torque is lower than CLS 350. The road to Macau, the CLS could not keep up after every bend. After in the straight road, go. You can eat the BMW for breakfast. But when it comes to the bends and how you downshift and you come back up, after every bend there is a lead of the BMW. After every bend, the BMW leads, and that's exactly what will happen to this car if you take a 4 Series 420i, and it will have higher horsepower, it will have more torque, but it will lose.
All you have to do is just be an uncle. And then this car is perfect.
And therein lies the problem. That goes back to what I said. I always like bigger Mercedes-Benz. I like the SL, I like the S-Class, I like the CL, which is now called the S Coupe. Or even the E Coupe, all the bigger Mercedes-Benz fit its image well. So let's very quickly point it out what will win and lose. Let's compare these to the 4 because they are direct competitors, right? Performance will lose to a 4.
Obviously, yeah.
But how it makes you feel also lose to a 4 when you drive it. When you drive it, as in the zoom feel. Yeah. It doesn't communicate as well. It doesn't handle whatever instructions you give as well. So this one loses in performance factor, but of course it wins in almost every other factor.
Yes. If you are spending money because you think you want to feel special, I'd say go for this car.
Yes.
For over 300k, I think it's a very good buy. It puts you in this mode that you feel that you arrived in life.
Yeah, you've done it lah. I would love to see this car on the road more. If you're a rich man, please go out there and buy one. The two girls just checked us out.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. You saw that, right?
No, they were just busy talking.
No, they were talking and her eyes were rolling along with the line of the car.
Wow, that is a very subtle
I think that's the power of the front end that we don't see.
Yeah, that's the power of the front end.
The front end, even though it's shared with the S-Class.
The problem is she hasn't seen the back end. If she saw the back end, she want to get into the one extra space, right? Yeah. Yeah. So if you have the money and you're thinking, if you're in the market to buy a two-seater, well, not two-seater, but two-door car, please consider this and please grace our roads with more beautiful cars like this one, because the roads need some beautifying.
That's true. Yeah.
Alright, Autofiles signing out from the Mercedes-Benz C250 Coupe. Yes, pronounce it Coupe, please, thank you.